What is up, YouTube? This is the real Hayden here, and today I'm gonna be telling you about my experience working at Walmart. So, yeah, I'm trying to make a comeback to YouTube. I don't really do these videos for views or anything like that, but I just do it because it's good to get some things off your chest. Good to, share your story and shit like that. But so I got this job back in December of 2021, and I worked there all the way till March. I got the job there December 21st, 2021, and I quit on March 4th, 2022. So just a shade under my 90 days. And this is one of the many jobs I've had. Real quick, I want to tell you my mentality about working. I like to work, and I'm actually a really good worker. I pretty much do whatever I need to do. But the moment that bullshit gets thrown at me, I usually put up with it for a while to see how it's going to turn out. But like the moment like I'm not appreciated, or I'm not appreciated, and I see that there's nothing's going to change around the workplace, and bullshit just keeps getting thrown at me, then I'm leaving. I'm not staying at the fucking place. Fuck that. So, how was working at Walmart? So, I actually got the job there in December. Me and my wife actually both got a job there. And I'm 21 years old, by the way. I'm 21, and it's currently June 12th, I believe. No, June 13th, technically now. And I'm 21. I'll be 22 on August the 28th of this year. So I still got like almost 3 months until I'm 22. But yeah, this place sucked. This is the worst job I've ever fucking had. I don't know if it's the worst, but it's one of the worst. They don't know how to treat their employees there. I started, the first day was cool and everything. But my first day there, me and my wife, it was her first day, and she worked starting off in the home department, and I worked doing unloading the truck and stocking. And so we were told that we get our breaks at 6 o'clock. And so when I started working at 2 o'clock that day, or no, it was 10 o'clock in the morning. I was working till 6 o'clock at night, because I started on Christmas Eve. The day I actually started my first official full shift was on. I got hired on the 21st, but my first official full shift was on Christmas Eve. And basically what happened was, it was our break time. We told that we were getting a break or whatever. So I met up with my wife, who was in another department, and we went up to one of the coaches of the store, which is basically the person under the store manager. There's a store manager, coaches, team leaders, and then employees. And she came at me hella, and I almost was gonna risk it all on my first day. Like, I really wanted to cuss this bitch the fuck out. Me and my wife met up, walked up to her, and we'd been working all day, and we said, "So is it time for our break?" She comes at us with, "You guys can't hang out together all the time. You have a job to do. This is a job, not a hangout spot. You guys can't be doing this all the time." And literally, we had just met up to ask if we can go on break. We weren't even talking or nothing like that. And she gave me a bad attitude about it. And I basically just told her I didn't expect that we were going to, that it was a hangout spot or nothing like that. And that I was just curious to know when our break was. It was our first fucking day, and we were already had some bitch coming at me on my first day. And, it's whatever. I kind of bit my tongue because I needed a job. Then we went on break, and we were pissed off. And, yeah, I literally almost quit on my first day because I was pissed off. But she actually never fucked with me again after that. I really didn't have a bad experience with her after that. I had two team leaders by the name of Ken and Ben, and Ben was a fucking asshole. This dude, literally, I would do my job all the time, and he'd always come by to see what you're doing. He'd try to catch you lacking. He was horrible. He'd breathe down your fucking neck. And I actually did have an encounter with him, like, on the last day that I worked with him. So he was horrible. They didn't treat their employees right there. My girl was pregnant, and there was actually an experience where some woman came into the store and started cussing at my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, and she was threatening to kill her. Basically, the reason was because she was like, the lady said, you know, Target doesn't lock up the items like this. And then once the lady walked away, my girl whispered over to her coworker, then why don't you go to Target? And so the lady apparently heard her. She started saying, what'd you just say, bitch? I'm gonna fucking kill you. Started chasing her around the store, and not chasing her, but following her around the store, yelling at customer service to get their fucking employee, saying she's gonna kill her, she's gonna bring a gun and shoot her, all kinds of shit. So my girl goes to the back and tells the coaches and the store manager, and they basically tell my girl that it's her fault, that she shouldn't have said that, and she said she didn't say it to her, she just overheard her. Still, she shouldn't say things like that. It's her fault. She's completely in the wrong, even though someone was threatening to kill her and stuff like that. And yeah, there was a lot of ratchet customers there. It was really hard to deal with sometimes. So she called corporate about that, and so they were salty that she called corporate, so they moved her from home department to up front, and she hated up front. They wouldn't let her take her breaks on time. Me and her always took break together, and they wouldn't let us take breaks on time, and she was pregnant, and they'd make her miss her breaks and stand for like 4 to 5 hours at a time, all because they were salty that she called corporate, which is actually discrimination, and you can legally hire a lawyer for that, but never really took the time to do that. And it was just horrible, like long hours. The boss was terrible. Like, he didn't give a shit. You could work your ass off. I'd get everything done, and he'd still find something to complain about. Like, so I took 2 COVID leaves there. The first one was legit. The second one I bullshitted because I knew I can get away with it. It's basically where you file for a COVID leave and you get paid for it or whatever. The second one I took, the boss was actually salty that I took COVID leave. So whenever I came back, I started unloading the truck, because that's normally what I always do, because I came back from COVID leave and my name wasn't on the list like it normally would be to tell me what to do. So I just started doing what I normally do, which is unloading the truck. And next thing I know, Hayden, what are you doing? He's sitting there like yelling, telling me, I didn't tell you to do the truck. You didn't ask me. You know what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to always ask me if you don't see your name on the list. And so I start coming back at the motherfucker because I was pissed off. I basically told him I didn't like the way he was talking to me, and I told him I came in and did what the fuck I was supposed to do every day. Like, and he basically sends me to start doing biz picking, and he keeps coming over there to see what I'm doing, pointing out something I'm doing wrong. And he said something to me slick when he walked by, and I was just like, bro, calm the fuck down. Like, I'm doing my job. I told him, calm the fuck down. I'm doing my job. And then he's the type that if you say something to him, he's going to back down. That's just how he is, because he's bitch made. And yeah, I never really had a problem with the other boss, Kenneth. He was chill. Like, I could tell the dude smoked. He was a cool dude. Ben was a fucking asshole. He was a fucking abortion. Walmart was a fucking horrible place. The managers there were assholes. They were dicks. Like, I came into work every day. You know, we got 2 15-minute breaks. We came in at 2 every day. We got a 15 at 4, an hour lunch break at 6, and we got a 15 at 9. Then got off at 11. And, you know, I love the job. The job itself paid great. Like, I made $17 an hour when I worked at Walmart, which some people wouldn't think that's great, but for where I live, that's actually really good, because where I live, the minimum wage is $7 an hour. I live in North Carolina, and things are actually a lot cheaper down here than what they would be up north. But yeah, 17 is actually a pretty decent wage down here, and that's what I was making when I was there, and I loved it. Like, I got good overtime, good money. Typically I'd make about, the most I ever made, we got paid every 2 weeks, but it was cool because you could cash out InstaPay and get paid early. And the most I ever made on a check in the 2 weeks was, I made $1,400. And typically you made between $1,100 and $1,400 every 2 weeks, depending on, you know, how many hours you worked. But it was a good job. I liked the job, but it was just so much bullshit. So basically how I ended up quitting, I came back from COVID leave. Ben was an asshole, but I got through that night. And my last day there, I was actually working. Kenneth was the team leader on the shift, and he was chill. I never had a problem with Kenneth at all. But my wife was trying to move back to the home department because she liked it a lot better. So she goes and talks to the HR there, or the store lead, or the people lead. And they basically refused to move her. So, or they basically said there ain't nowhere they can move her, even though she was clearly incapable of doing the job she was doing because she was pregnant. And they refused to move her. So basically, I was pissed off because they told her they had there was nothing they could do for her, and they had no open positions because they were mad because she called corporate. It was a horrible place. And I got pissed off because they had just hired new people right after that, and it was fucked up because they say they have no open positions, but they hire new people. Like, it was the most fucked up place I've ever worked. People there love their fucking jobs. They live and breathe that fucking job, and they take it home with them. And I fucking hated it. Like, it was horrible. The way I look at it, when I go into work, I'm just there to get paid. I'm just there to go in, clock in, do my job, get paid, and leave. I'm not gonna go overboard. Like, there was times I caught people stealing and shit. I never said anything because I don't give a shit. I'm just there to get paid. I ain't there to fucking catch people stealing. I've seen people stealing in the bathrooms all the fucking time. There was a lot of weird fucking people. The coworkers there, that's another thing. They were fucking weird. They were like anime people that, like, they were just fucking weird. There was this dude, I'm pretty sure he was a faggot. His name was Craig. That would always, like, make fruity ass jokes and shit. And then there was this transgender dude, or a dude that tried to dress like a girl. It was a fucking, well, the people were just so fucking weird. Like, anytime they're like they just love their jobs. Like, I've never in my life met more weird coworkers and I've had quite a few jobs at the age of 21, and they were the weirdest fucking people I've ever met at that job. It was terrible. But yeah, the experience was fucking terrible. There would be people coming in doing stupid shit all the time. Customers were ratchet as fuck. Like, you'd be doing something, I'd be stalking, trying to get all my shit done. A customer would come, can you show me where this is at? Like, no the fuck I can't. But you can't say that or you'll get fired. So, like, there'd be times I'd be up on the fucking cart, like on the ladder, like doing top stock. And a customer would come by and ask me if I could show them something completely across the store that's not even in my department. But I get it, it's part of the job, you know, dealing with the customers. But a lot of the customers there had no fucking respect. They'd ask you where something was at, you tell them you don't have it, and then they refuse to accept that you don't have it. Like, customers were terrible. It was just the fucking people. The job itself was laid back and chill. I liked it. Like, but it was just the fucking people. Like, damn. I had like a couple cool coworkers. There was like two dudes. I worked with my wife and my brother-in-law, and there was two dudes there by the names of David and Adrian. They were pretty chill. Like, they were like stoners and shit. They were laid back. I'm not gonna say like their full names or nothing like that, but they were chill. I liked them. Other than them two, though, I didn't really fuck with anybody there. They were all weird as fuck. Like, Walmart was the worst fucking job I've ever had. It was terrible. The most unprofessional management I've ever seen. They were horrible. Like, other than Crystal and Ben were fucking terrible. Like, they were horrible. But other than them, not too many people gave me problems because they were just all doing their own fucking thing. But yeah, I worked there for about 3 months, and I don't plan on going back. But yeah, I'm gonna continue with this series of jobs that I worked. So make sure to subscribe if you're thinking about working at Walmart. I don't know if it's a good job everywhere. I just know the one I worked at was fucking terrible. It was the most unprofessional place I've ever worked in my life. But anyways, subscribe.